in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 critical dealership marketing strategies that you need to employ for your store to grow your profits. If you're going to implement just one of these strategies, number 3 is the most important strategy that you could take away when you're running paid advertising on Facebook so that you're not burning your marketing dollars. What is going on, dealers? It's Sam from Shapeshift, back at it again with another video. Now, if you're new to this channel, my name is Sam. I run Shapeshift Group, and for the past 6 years, we've been running Facebook and Instagram ads for over 400 dealerships, spent millions and millions of dollars on these ad platforms, and I am here to share my knowledge so that you don't have to burn through money to make sure your campaigns are profitable. Before we begin, I want to address the controversy and the rumors. No, I did not join a Buddhist temple and become a Shaolin monk. I know some of you guys have been messaging me and saying, Sam, where have you been? Why haven't you been posting? Why haven't you been making videos? The truth is, I've been so busy focusing on driving clients' results that I don't always have time to make YouTube videos for you guys. But today is your lucky day, so buckle up, grab some popcorn, and I'm going to drop some serious insight that I've learned over the past 6 years running ads for you. So let's talk about number 1. Leads. When dealerships sign on for a marketing service, they get hung up on leads. How many leads am I going to get? What's my cost per lead? And on Facebook, it's actually very, very, very easy to generate a lead. You can generate leads for $3, $4, $5 if you really wanted to. But the problem with these leads is there's a very, very low conversion rate on these types of leads that you can buy for really, really cheap. And I'm going to show you why. So let's jump into the time machine here. I don't have access to these types of leads and campaigns anymore because they're so old. I was running them in 2019 when I started this agency. And it's a shocker that some agencies out there are still, to this day, it is 2025, they're still running these type of lead ads even though they don't work. And so I'm going to go back a few years here and show you my younger self, much, much younger self, and much more charming, what these ads are like. So here we go. Let's take a look at how that would look like on a Facebook ad from the consumer's point of view. So here's an example of a lead generation ad collecting leads right on the Facebook newsfeed itself. And if a customer engages with this ad, and let's say they're interested in this Buick, if they click this ad here, Facebook will pop up this lead form. And like I said, Facebook pre-fills this information for the customer based on their Facebook profile. All they have to do is hit next and submit, and that gets sent to your dealership. Now, class, let's discuss. A customer sees an image of a car. They get a form to fill. The form is pre-filled already. All they have to do is hit next and submit, and that information is sent to your dealership. Now think about how good is that lead? How good is the lead where someone didn't see vehicle history, they didn't see the trim, they didn't see interior photos, they didn't really see anything, right? They saw one image of the vehicle, and then they sent in their lead. That is the trap of Facebook ads when it comes to lead generation. You got all these up and coming and unreputable agencies out there that are promising you the world. They're promising you, hey, if you pay us $400 a month, flat fee, we'll send you 150 leads per month, every single month, 150 car buyers. And this is what most likely you're getting. You're getting garbage leads from people who have never really seen your inventory. They see one photo and they submit a lead, and boom, there you go. You got leads at $3, $4, $5 lead. But guess what? You're just going to burn all of your cash, all of your marketing budget because these leads just aren't converting. And now you know why. It's because the customer experience just wasn't very comprehensive. It wasn't a funnel at all. It's not unlike, let's say you're a real estate agent and then you printed out 1,000 of your business cards, took them all up to the Brooklyn Bridge or some freeway overpass, and then you just dumped it all over the traffic, and you're hoping someone's going to see my information, someone's going to call me. That's the amount of quality that you're expecting when you're buying these leads at $3, $4, $5 a pop. So you got to be smarter than that. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So let's stop letting these kids that are running agencies selling you these leads take your money. Okay, let's talk about number 2. Traffic is another way that you're driving action from your Facebook ads. And not all traffic is created equal. Again, on Facebook, it's very easy to buy traffic. If I wanted to, I can wave my fingers and generate traffic for you at the cost of 10 cents per click. And that's super cheap. And if you don't know anything about marketing, 10 cents per click is super cheap when it comes to dealership marketing. However, what you want to figure out is how good is that quality? How long are people staying on my website when they're clicking on my ads? Or are they just clicking and then clicking away? So you want to figure out how good is the traffic that you're buying? How good is the traffic your campaign is generating? What you want to look at is going to be quality of the clicks, quality of the time they spend on your website, and what they're doing on your website. Are they clicking around? Are they clicking buttons? Are they scrolling through the photos? Or did they land on the page and they just jumped out because they have extremely low attention span and they got to get back to watching more cat videos on Facebook? So here's how you can tell how good the quality of your traffic is. You have to jump into your Google Analytics. And if you don't have access to your analytics, if you don't know how to set that up, if you don't know how to read it, then that's a huge problem. And you want to solve that problem first before you start investing in any sort of paid advertising that drives traffic to your website. Now, once you're in your Google Analytics here, you want to look at some very important metrics. So let me tell you through this scenario. This is a Subaru store where they signed up with us and they signed up with a different agency at the same time. And what they're going to do is they're going to run both of us head to head to see which was better. And about at the 2-week mark, I get a call and they're like, Sam, we're spending the same budget with you and these other guys. Why do they have more traffic than you? So these are the other guys here. Facebook paid SD. The SD stands for the name of the agency. If you know who it is, you know. If you don't, you don't. Now, you can see here the other agency has 1,182 sessions compared to us at 932 sessions. So on the surface, it looked like the other agency was getting traffic and more people in the door at a slightly lower cost per click. However, if you're just looking at the amount of sessions, the amount of page views, that is not going to tell you the entire story of how good your campaign is. What you want to really look at is your time on site, average session duration. Look at this. The people that came in through this campaign only spent an average of 32 seconds on the vehicle detail page checking out the car. When you look at Shapeshift's campaign, this is us, number 4, they spent 1 minute and 29 seconds on that same page. So you're talking about 3 times more interest, 3 times spent longer on these pages from our campaign than the other vendor's campaign. Now, let's take a look at one more important thing. VDPs, total VDPs. And this is a custom metric that you're going to have to set up inside Google Analytics. Again, if you don't know how to set that up, you should learn how to set that up because it's going to tell you with your campaign how many of these visits are actually going to a vehicle detail page instead of a home page or a service page or something like that. Because you can agree, if you're trying to sell cars, the main goal of your campaign should be to drive people to a specific VIN that they're interested in and ultimately submit a lead or call on that specific car. Now, if you're not generating VDPs or a whole lot of VDPs off your campaign, that is a red flag. And by the way, quick note, guys, if you need help with your Facebook ads strategy and you feel like your agency just isn't handling it correctly while you're watching this video and you're having some doubts, there's some links below to book a call with me and my team, and we'll just do this for you. You don't have to worry about your agency doing this or not doing this, or do they know how to do this? We're just going to get it done for you and implement the latest and greatest strategies without you having to worry about watching videos and forwarding this video to your marketing agency to make sure they're doing it or not. We'll just get it done for you. All right, back to the video. So you can see here, we drove 932 sessions, right? And 794 of those sessions ended up on a vehicle detail page. Now compare that to these guys who had 1,000, almost 1,200 sessions, but big difference, only 100 of those sessions ended up on a vehicle detail page. So most of these people didn't even get to the car, right? Didn't even get to a specific VIN they liked. They probably clicked on the ad, landed on a homepage, landed on some other bullshit page, and then they're like, oh, this ad is totally useless. I'm not interested. I'm going to go back to watching videos of more cats. And there goes your marketing spend. You're paying people to jump on your website and then jump back to watching more cat videos. Is that going to help you sell a car? Hell no. So 2 takeaways here. 1, you want to make sure what is your time on site? And for any campaign that's driving traffic directly to your vehicle detail pages, the time on site should be anywhere around 1 to 1.5 minutes. That's a good average number you should be striving for. And if it's less than that, then it is concerning. It shows either the campaign isn't being targeted, it's not being set up right, or there's a whole plethora. Why am I using big words? Plethora of issues. There's a whole plethora of issues that could be behind your low time on site. Now, the other thing you want to pay attention to is your total VDPs. Is the traffic that's going to your site ultimately ending up on a specific VIN that they like or not? Because if they're not doing that, if you're not getting tons of VDPs, the majority of your traffic is not going to VDPs, then you're not going to sell cars. How they're going to fall in love with one of your cars when they don't even end up on a vehicle detail page for one of those cars? All right. Are you guys ready for number 3? Now, it is very important that you implement number 3. Number 3 is going to be you have to measure the cost per sale on your different ad variations and figure out which ad variations are giving you the lowest cost per sale so that you can keep those running, and which ad variations are giving you either no sales or a very high cost per sale so you can shut those off. And you want to optimize your campaign off of sales and not clicks, because clicks are very deceiving. You can have an ad that generates tons of clicks for you, but when you actually look at the cost per sale, it is actually not selling any cars for you, or selling cars at a cost per sale of like $1,000, $1,200. In that case, you don't want that ad to continue burning your budget, collecting all these clicks that it's collecting, because it's not worth running this ad, and you have other ads that you can push your money behind so that you can make sure your advertising is profitable and continues to scale your business. Here's how we do that. Now, you can't just go into the Facebook Ads Manager or ask your agency, what is my offline purchase, before doing one thing, and that is uploading your sales data into Facebook. Now, once you do that, Facebook's going to be able to report on which ads helped you sell cars. So if I look at this campaign, this is a Chevrolet campaign where we're splitting different ads for their models. Like there's an ad for an Equinox, there's an ad for a Trax, there's an ad for a Silverado, things like that, etc., etc. Now, if you're looking at offline purchases, let's sort by cost per purchase. Let's sort by the lowest cost per purchase here. So a lot of these ads here have spent money, but they haven't sold cars yet. But if you go down here, this ad here spent $300, but sold 4 cars already. And cost per purchase is at $97.09. Now, if I sort this by clicks instead, I want you to remember these two, because these are the top 2. If I sort by clicks instead, and let's just sort by sheer amount of clicks. Silverado 1500 is the first one. This is getting the most clicks at a very low cost per click of 60 cents. Now, this doesn't correlate with our top 2, right? What was our top 2 again, class? It was Traverse 2, right? Silverado HD 2500 2. So the top 2 performing ads in terms of sales are actually not the top 2 performing in terms of clicks. So that's the danger when your agency optimizes your ads to get more clicks, to get more traffic, get more page views, and they think that's magically going to help you sell more cars. Well, guess what? It's not. You have to measure your ads by the amount of sales each ad is generating. So let's go back to this example here. Silverado, 1500, Colorado. These ads are the top 3 ads in terms of clicks. But look at our 2 ads that are performing the best. This ad is all the way down here. And what your agency is going to do is they're going to prioritize these top 3, even though they don't have the lowest cost per sale. And maybe they might even shut off this Silverado ad because it's more expensive to run than the ones on top. And that's the downfall. If you're not running ads and measuring it by sales, you're going to prioritize the wrong ads. You're going to put more budget behind the ads that are generating you a bunch of clicks, but maybe no sales. Let's take a look at this Colorado, which was the 3rd top performing ad in terms of clicks. If you look at the cost per sale for this Colorado, it only sold 1 car at a cost per purchase of $440, right? So this ad here was one of the most expensive in terms of a cost per sale, yet it's generating a lot of clicks and eating up a lot of your budget. So can you see the problem with this? Is Facebook ads and your agencies that's not measuring for sales, they're going to prioritize the ads that are generating you just a bunch of clicks. If they're not measuring the cost per sale of every single ad variation, you're just going to hope to get lucky, and hopefully the ad that's the lowest cost per sale is also the same ad that has the lowest cost per click. Because if you're not, you're just screwed. So there you go, guys. Those are 3 critical strategies that you need to be implementing on Facebook ads to make sure your campaigns are profitable and you're not just burning budget. Now, if after watching this video, you feel like your campaign is lacking, then book a call with me and my team. There's some links below to get in contact, and we'll gladly give you an audit of your store without asking for any passwords. We can take a look at your current Facebook ad strategy, show you what you're doing right, show you what you're doing wrong, and show you how we can leverage these tactics to get you more car sales and scale your budget so that month over month, you're seeing increases in sales instead of just hoping that more clicks, more leads, just hopefully equals more sales. You can take back your power, use the power of data, analytics, and the right strategy and the right partner to grow your sales. Guys, if you found value from this video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe and turn on notifications so that you can stay updated whenever I drop a video, because no one is talking about stuff like this at this level on YouTube. And you want to tune in for the deep insights and the latest and greatest information that I will drop on YouTube for free. This has been Sam over at Shapeshift, and until next time, see ya.